All right, all right, all right. So, welcome to the Be Live on Air show. I'm your host, Dr. Elo. We have a very special guest today. He's a friend to Be Live. He's been on our streams a lot of times before, and we definitely love him to come here so we can pick his brain and get his knowledge. So, we have Monte Weaver. But first, let me remember to you guys to sign up for Be Live. It's free, so it's the best and easiest way to live stream wherever you go in on YouTube. You're going on Instagram, and we have even Twitter. We have Instagram. We have TikTok as well, or whether you're doing your Amazon Live. It's the best way to go live, and it's pretty easy. It's simple, and it's just very friendly. And we actually listen to you guys. So whatever needs you have, if there's a bunch of you with the same need, believe me, we will make it happen. What's going on, Grant? We got Sammy Superstar here as well. And let's go and bring our amazing guest to our show. So, hey, what's going on, brother?
What's up, Dr. Elo? How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm very happy to have you. He's a neighbor from Virginia. We're about an hour and a half or an hour some change away. I
Yeah,
didn't know.
DMV.
I just found out. I'm in Herndon, Virginia. So you can take I think 15 all the way to your home, which is
Yeah,
pretty cool. So we can later after the show we can just connect and we can actually do something together in the
yeah.
future. We never know.
A live stream together.
I know, right? All right, man. So welcome to the show. It's amazing to have you here. Of course, we are changing everything here. As you can tell, we have a bunch of new layouts that we're trying out, and this is going to be an amazing show. We're going to talk about how to plan, prep, and earn money from your streams. Which I know there's a bunch of people who want to start earning money from your stream, right? Who doesn't want to? This is probably one of the best jobs you can have out there. Specifically now, working from home or from your home studio or for wherever you work, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you a creator spotlight. You have the floor, my friend, and let me see if I can put myself in the small screen and go for it.
Cool. Well, appreciate you, Be Live team, Dr. Elo, for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to get invited to speak and to share knowledge. So, for those that have not met me, my name is Monte Weaver. I got started in this content creation thing about 2016 on a little platform that no longer exists called Periscope. And at the time, I was just sharing with people how to live stream, like it was starting to be something. And we started to see Periscope as one platform, and then Facebook, and then YouTube, and all these platforms that introduced it. Well, I wasn't much of the person that wanted to be in front of the camera. I was a person that liked to be behind the camera. So I liked all the technical stuff. So when it came to hardware and software and positioning and lighting and framing, that's the stuff that I really like. And so I just kind of shared my knowledge there um, and doing it live. And so then in 2020, we all know what happens there. The world just kind of changed overnight. Kind of just started sharing more of my information and how to's on YouTube, just helping people figure out how do I go from in person only to live streaming and video. And then came across a platform called Amazon and connected with the folks over at Be Live. And I was like, oh, we're making live streaming easy. And so being able to go live to Amazon and YouTube and all these other platforms with Be Live is what I've been doing. And then sharing people like how to do it, how to make it easy for them, especially if you're a non-technical person. How do you just get started and make it work for you? So that's a bit about me. I'm excited to answer questions as we go through today, strategy tips and everything. So let's get to it.
All right, that's amazing, man. And the good thing is that I've always seen you as the way that I used to be as well, like really really reserved. I didn't want to go on camera, and then just something like clicked. I started going on camera, and then that's like my wife said, "Man, you can't shut up when you see the camera." So it's kind of cool that I can compare myself to you because there's a certain type of live streamer that screams and that that emotion, all this stuff, and I don't think that's us. I think we're
Mhm.
chill, and I think that's why people actually like that we stream. To be
Yeah.
really honest.
I've gotten that feedback before, and like people say it's the tone, like your cadence, the
Yeah.
flow, and like you said, I was like, we're not thinking about that because that's not kind of what we set out to do is be on camera and
Yeah.
be the center of attention. And that's not the plan. It's just like, okay, how do I communicate with people I can't even see? How do I look at this camera and talk to hundreds, thousands, millions, maybe one person, and be able just to communicate with them. So, but yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
something we have to learn.
I do it because I like it, to be very honest. I don't do it because I want to be famous or anything else. I just enjoy doing the live streams. That's basically it.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, man. So let me jump on part one. Part one is planning. So I have a couple questions here. Actually, I got four, more than a couple. So, what tips can you provide for beginners on how to choose a niche topic and where to stream?
Yeah. So I like to think about what is easy to talk about. I know when live streaming itself can just be intimidating. You got to turn on the camera. You're going to go live. If you're introverted and you don't want the feedback or want people to comment, or you don't want people to necessarily see you live streaming, but you still know you have to do it. One of the easiest things for me when I got started was just what do I know really well? Because I can talk about that subject so much so that I will forget the fact that I'm quote unquote live streaming. I've like if we were to talk about we are talking about live streaming, me and Dr. Yula, we could go all day and just talk about live streaming.
Oh,
And I
you
would
know,
forget that there is a group of people sitting here watching me from you guys put in the chat, where are you watching from? Like watching from the East Coast, watching from the West Coast, watching from the other side of the world. I could forget about that because I know the information I'm talking about. So I'm not thrown off by the camera. So if you're going to pick a niche, what are you good at talking about, or what do you know really well where you can just talk about it for days? Is it, the kids? Is it cooking? Is it you love lawn and garden? What is that thing that you just really connect with? And I think when you really find that, you'll see that the passion will just automatically come out in your voice, where people trust you, that they know that you're real and authentic and you're not trying to think of something to say. That's one of the things that you can easily tell if somebody's uncomfortable. They're just like, what do I talk about? Well, what do you to talk about normally all day? And if your best friend and you just sat down in a room and had a conversation and you could just go for hours, that's that thing that you should talk about, especially if you're just getting started.
makes it easy, right? It's
Yeah.
like if you like beer, obviously, if you're a fanatic and you go different places to drink that beer, right? Or to collect cans or I don't know, whatever you want.
Mhm.
It just makes it a lot easier to just talk about what you like. And guys,
Yeah.
sorry about my voice. My voice is pretty bad from the Canada fires. It's getting down here is affecting my voice. So yeah.
We got you.
Oh man, that sounds sexy.
Cheryl was here.
Hey, what's going on, Cheryl? Thank you for being here. So, how do you develop a clear vision and goals for your live streaming content?
Yeah. So there's a couple different things I think about. Like, what is the reason that I'm showing up to go live? Is it to, connect with an audience? Is it to practice being on camera and video and getting some real time feedback? Is it to sell a product or a service? And so that's what I'm always thinking about. So for today, it was like, okay, why am I going live? And today is to share value. That's the goal is 100%. Okay, when I get on today and have this conversation with you guys that are here live, and even considering the people that are watched by replay, how can I give them the most value possible during this time frame? And making sure that there's a way for them to give me some type of feedback. So in the chat they can give me feedback, or maybe they can reach out to me on social medias and give me feedback. And so I have a plan as to why I'm going live. In a lot of cases, for small business owners, they might run a brick and mortar, or a solo entrepreneur. Obviously they want to generate sales to some degree. So how can you show people what it is that you do and then move them to the next step. And so if you know why you're getting on camera and going live, you can stay on track. Getting off track is very easy when you're live streaming. Maybe you find the technicals aren't working for you that day, and so you're just like, you know what, I'm not doing this today. I'm getting
Squirrel.
off. Yeah, and you don't want to lose focus of why you're live streaming, because there is an end goal, obviously. And so I think being able to just stay focused on why you're there is very important. There's so many distractions that we have in life, and live streaming is one of those things where we can communicate in real time. And I've already said it a couple times, but I just love the real time interaction that live streaming provides, because it's that real time feedback. And if
True.
you're a business owner and you're trying to make sales and stuff, and you can easily show people the product. I'm an Amazon live streamer, so it's like, okay, I can easily show you this, demo this in real time, and answer questions, and there's nothing like it.
Yeah, I think in Amazon now, it's are they requiring for you to have the product?
Yeah, so depending on which level you're at, you have to have a certain amount of products on
Yeah,
hand with you. So hence everything in arm's reach.
I know, right? All right. So, what are some best practices for promoting a live stream before it takes place?
Yeah, definitely market it and share it ahead of time. So the further in advance that you plan to go live stream, it allows you to share it on your Facebook and your Instagram, your email list, your groups and private communities. Definitely promoting your live stream will help you get the most amount of eyeballs to see your live stream. And even if they can't watch it live or be there in attendance when you want them to be, the replays are always available too. One of the things we jumped on here, and I was like, hey, what's the YouTube, so I can share it with my community, let them know, hey, I'm going to be live, so that they can come and join. Because if we rely on the notifications of the platforms, they might not get sent out. They might not get sent out in a timely manner. So it part of our due diligence to go ahead and let our communities know when we're going to be live streaming. And so with Amazon Prime Days, I'm actually beginning to take more advantage of Instagram platform that I don't really use. I have a small audience over there, but just saying, hey, I'm going to be live on Prime Days this year. I'm going to be live. Just a reminder, I'm going to be live. So come hang out with me over there. So those little nudges, those just little reminders to put out there to your community are important to get the audience to come on follow you over there.
Yeah, we have a lot going on in our lives, and I think a little reminder that we actually are going live from people actually works, because YouTube, to be honest, it just sometimes it doesn't let you know. It's really weird. So sometimes you get it 10 minutes afterwards. Sometimes you get it on time. So it's yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a given.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you brainstorm and generate new ideas for live streaming content?
So I am a writer and I have a notebook.
Nice.
So my ideas go in here all the time. uh so many times I don't have ideas that I'm here in the studio. My ideas could be like when I'm driving at home. It could be when I wake up in the morning, like something just clicks. I could have a dream and, oh, that's an idea. Over the weekend could be just out throwing the football, baseball around, and like, oh, that would be a good content idea. So I love to write them down, whether that's here in a notebook, whether that's on the iPhone notes app, because I don't want to lose those ideas when I get back here. Again, there's so much going on, and so if I have an idea of what video I think would work really well for my audience, I want to be able to capture that. And there's some ideas that we quite frankly can't get to right away. So having it written down allows me to go back to it and reference it. I have an idea for a video that has been in here for a couple months. It's sad. It's been in here for a couple months. I haven't had a chance to sit down and record it, but every little part of that video that I want to record, I have in here. And same with live streams. If I know I want to live stream about a particular topic, I have notes on that topic. So I don't use a lot of scripts per se. I have bullet points so that I make sure that I hit those bullet points, kind of stay on task and stay on subject, and make sure that I don't forget anything. Because sometimes the worst feeling is getting off and you're like, man, I forgot to ask that question or prompt that, get some feedback on that. So I write everything down. This is the handy dandy notebook, as Blues Clues would say. And obviously, I have a little kid, so Blues
Yeah,
Clues.
I'm the same way. So I put it on a note, and then afterwards I transfer it to ClickUp, which is what I use for my content managing. And the thing is that I have a video also that's been there for a couple months. It's how I'll do an interview with AI. I
Hmm.
just trying to figure out how to do it. That's why it's been there for so long. It's like, how do I do this? And I
Hmm.
want to do it, and I know it's going to be a great video. I just had to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Write it
All
down.
right. So let's go to part two. Part two is prepping before the stream, which is really important. You don't want to
Yeah.
go out there and go wild, right? So we have a couple questions here. So the first one is, what are the essential equipment and tools someone needs to go to get started with live streaming? Your top tools for use. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So I always think about which platform do you want to go live on. Amazon is one of my favorites. We have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have TikTok. So I'm thinking vertical versus horizontal. Now, vertical, I have some cool custom stuff over here that costs a little bit more if you really want to level up, but it's built for live streaming in the vertical format. But at its core, I think of having a good camera, just a good solid camera that gives you the quality that you're looking for, based on the presentation that you want to have. So I use all types of cameras here. I use PTZ cameras. They allow to pan, tilt, and zoom. The one in front of me is actually an AI camera. I don't have it turned on right now, but I actually just released a video on my YouTube channel featuring this camera. But if I was to walk around, this camera could track me. And I think if you're doing presentation styles where you need to move, having a camera with that type of feature is something to consider. Also, you want to think about your lighting, making sure that you have not only light where you can be seen, but maybe just some accent light. So you see the logos behind me, the neon signs, and then behind me, I have a little light as well. Dr. Elo, you got the purple behind you that
Oh yeah,
matches the microphone. So that aesthetic look can be easily accomplished with a couple lights.
yeah.
And then also, obviously, we have to have audio. Now, my audio friends, they're like, you should have said audio first. And I know, and I like to pick with them. So I always put audio at the end of it just so we can just start that good old friendly
Conversation.
banter. Yeah. But definitely, you got to be heard. If your video could look great, but if we can't hear you, we're not going to watch you. So make sure that you do have a microphone that you can be heard on. Right now, I'm using a boom microphone, so it's just out of frame.
Which boom
Uh,
do you have right now?
this is the Sennheiser MKH50 that's above
Oh
me
yeah,
right now. Yeah,
that's
so
a big boy right there.
yeah, that's a good one right there. But you got handhelds, you got wireless lapels, you got ones that you can mount on your desktop. So depending on how, if you're gonna be stationary, podcast style, and you're not gonna be moving, just having one right in front of you, it works perfectly. And the price of equipment, Dr. Elo, continues to come down and down
All
and
right,
down. There is
competition, man.
there's so many deals coming up on Prime Days. I can't tell you guys about them. Just make sure y'all follow me on Amazon. But
That's
there's
why I
one
bought
mic.
this.
Yeah,
Remember the shores?
yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
bought it from you from the last
Headphones.
one. So yeah,
Yeah. So if you're doing interviews, live stream interviews, I like these types of discrete headphones because we have to hear each other. We don't want echo and causing all these issues. So we could obviously wear over the ear headphones, but I like the look, the aesthetic
yeah.
look of, okay, you couldn't even tell until I brought it to your attention that I had on clear
Special
headphones.
agent, baby, special agent.
Yeah, so that's some of the equipment that I would definitely consider. It's just finding equipment that will improve the quality of your video, your camera, your lights, so you can look good, so you can be seen, microphone, and then just connecting it. Make sure you got it connected before you go live, and test it out. Obviously, test before you go live.
Now, if you're waiting for the perfect equipment, you're never gonna get it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're always gonna upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. If you want to start, just start with your cell phone. It works vertical. It works horizontal as well. So,
Yep. Start with what you have and then
exactly.
level up over time.
So, what are some important technical considerations when preparing for a live stream as a beginner?
Yeah. So as a beginner, what I do is I start from scratch every day when I live stream. So the little things matter. So I will restart the computer. I will restart my audio interface. I will sometimes even restart my cameras. I will make sure that the batteries are charged up. I will make sure that the audio is working in a test stream sometimes. So making sure that you know how to use your equipment is very important. If I'm going to be talking about certain things, maybe I want to demonstrate certain things. So I'll grab this little monitor. It's a newer little monitor I have here. I'll have things close and accessible to me, or actually right here on the desk with me, so I can demonstrate it in real time and not have to go looking for it. So I don't want to be kind of caught off guard. Another thing that I do is I also kind of think about what potential questions or comments could come up in the live stream. So if I'm talking about this particular device and someone's like, well, how do you connect it or how do you put it on a camera? Well, I have my camera really close by or even with me where I can go and show them how to do that. So, like I promise you, that was just right off the cuff. I did not plan to do that, but that's just how I think about when I'm live streaming is how can I have everything close by enough where I can easily access it. Again, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, is I just have notes here too. So I make sure that I just review my notes. What are the key areas that I need to talk about in this live stream? I have a clock, Dr. Elo. I got to move it closer over here to me, that it lets me see my timestamp. So if I know this live stream is supposed to be 30, 40 an hour,
That's
I have a
cool.
clock so I can actually keep a little visual eye on, okay, I need to make sure that this live stream ends at a certain time so I'm not going over. So little things like that that people don't necessarily see is
Behind the
important.
scenes.
And yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. So what tablet is that? Is that a tablet or is that
Yeah, this is the Remarkable 2.
remarkable? I was gonna
Yeah,
ask you because I saw it was black and white. And I'm like,
yeah, yeah.
I've been
Shout
on
out
the verge
James
of
Hicks.
buying one, and I haven't been convinced yet. So I guess I'm
Yeah,
convinced.
yeah. Our friend, me and James Hicks, we talked yesterday, and he had one in the background. He was asking me, "What is that?" And I think I convinced him yesterday. So I think I'll convince you
I'll go.
once
I'll
we get
go.
off.
I'll go to your Amazon Live. No worries, man. I got you. And please don't forget to sign up for Be Live. I did put link in the comments for YouTube and for Facebook. And yeah, go ahead and try it out. This is what we're using right now. It's an amazing, amazing product. Right. So let's jump into earning from your streams. So, earning from your streams, what are the different ways a live streamer can monetize their content beyond traditional sponsorships or advertising?
Yeah. Um, Product placement is one of my favorite ways to monetize. So, for example, we have a lot of products that just happen to be here. Some intentional, some because a brand reached out and said, "Hey, we would love to pay you or provide something to you for your video and your live stream." So, example is the logo, the neon logo over there and the neon logo over here. I've always wanted a neon logo. I've watched other live streamers and content creators have one,
It looks
but
so professional, man. You don't imagine. It
they,
looks so professional.
oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so they reached out. The company reached out and said, "Hey, we would love to send you these. Could you talk about it and put it in your videos?" And so one of the ways that I'm compensated is the gift itself, because the logos, there's actually three of them. There's one, two,
Let's get them all. Let's get them all.
and three. So I haven't quite put this one up yet. So I have three of them. Um, but product placement is something that people don't think about when they're live streaming. We're using a platform called Be Live, right? So if you're using different softwares and you're constantly talking about it on your live streams, you don't have something to physically put on screen, but maybe a lower third like we have on right now, and you have a logo of that product or sponsored by, where you don't necessarily talk about it all the time. It just happens to be on screen. Another way, or certain platforms have their own built-in monetization. So memberships, YouTube has their own memberships. Their third-party programs, Buy Me a Coffee. One of my favorite platforms offline for websites and community building is Uscreen. So there's a lot of different platforms where in your live stream you can mention it or link to it and have people go there, and then you're able to monetize. And then obviously with Amazon and your live streaming, the whole reason you're live streaming is to make money on Amazon, which is a totally different platform in itself. But there's some definitely some ways that you can monetize that are subtle, if you will, and some people would never even know about it. I'm looking at the Logitech cameras right there.
I
That was a
see.
paid sponsorship, and it doesn't bother me that it's sitting there. I love the company, I love the products, and if people ask, hey, what's that over there? They're getting that recognition. That brand is getting that recognition
That's a good
and some
gift.
promotion. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
$1,000 right there, baby.
yeah.
Because I've been wanting those cameras for a while. I just can't find an excuse to buy it, to be honest.
Yeah. You need
You know
one
what
of
I mean?
those reasons to buy those.
All right. So, what are some common monetization strategies for live streaming, and which ones have you found the most effective aside from Amazon Live, of course?
Yeah. I like affiliate monetization when I'm live streaming. It's another kind of subtle way, especially in conversation for those people that are teaching and coaching. I use a lot of gear, products, software for different things, and so it's more of these recommendations where people might ask, or I can tell them, "Hey, check this out." So if we were to talk specific, monitor, what specific monitor are you using, Monte, versus just a general one? Well, this one happens to be the Field World monitor, and you can check it out. But the where I send them allows me to get paid. So if it's not Amazon, I could send them directly to the Field World website, but still be earning affiliate commissions for sending people to that website. So that's one of the ways that I think it is underutilized now, because so often we think we have to send them directly to a particular place all the time when there's so many different avenues to send them. Any products that you're using, I'm a huge YouTube person, so any softwares that I'm using, I link to that stuff all the time in my description section, because it's just easy, no brainer. They give me 5,000 characters to work with. I'm all about using all 5,000 characters and putting that information there. So that's one of the ways that I think is underutilized and people should consider, is grab all your affiliate links. What's all the stuff that you're using all the time, and just make it easily available. Put it on your website. Create a resources page. So if you're live streaming on your website, hey, click on my resources page, and everything is right here for you.
True. All right. So, how can newbies get their first brand deal? This is a big one.
Yeah. Create content. I've said this before in like other rooms and group settings, but create content. One of the first deals I got, the first deal I got, this stuff stays close to me, by the way, is this microphone right here. This is a Fifine 668. I'll never sell it, or I'll never give it away. It was my first brand deal ever. So what happened was I didn't really know about brand deals at the time. It was June 2019, and I had this company's lapel microphone, little wireless microphone. You had two AA batteries, and you stuck it in, and you had a little USB adapter, and you could plug that USB in your computer, and you could go anywhere in your room and have good quality audio. You could be wireless. That was the thing. And what I liked about that microphone was it was so easy to use. So I did a Facebook video of how to use the microphone. I put it on Facebook, got no traction. So in 2020, when I started doing YouTube, I took the same video and I uploaded it on YouTube. July of that year, the company reached out to me and they said, "Hey, we love the video. Can we send you a product that you do another video on?" Now, I didn't know about monetizing a brand deal or anything. I just thought it was cool that a company saw my video and said, "Hey, we want to send you more stuff." And so that's kind of the thing that I've been doing ever since, is if there's something that I actually like, I use, whether it's hardware, software, whatever, then I create a video on it and I share it with my audience, because I know they would be interested in the same thing. And so I create the video and people see the video, those brands see the video, and then they'll reach out. And what's crazy is I will, our friends over at Rode, they released a new product, and I did a video on it because I was really interested in the product. but the product wasn't quite working the way that I thought it should. And I still did the video anyway. I wasn't like saying, hey, this is a bad product. I was just saying it's not working the way I thought it should. They actually sent me an email and said, hey, how can we help you? And because they see that I create other content, I think we might be able to partner together in creating some videos
That's
about
a great
their
one.
devices, because I just said, hey, my audience would like this type of content, not thinking to get a brand deal, but I'm featuring so much stuff. So what are we already talking about, and how can we just put that in our content, whether that's taking a picture and putting it on social media because you actually like the product. And that's the key
Yeah.
to this. Like if you actually like it and you're creating content around it, you're tagging that brand and they see it, it's incredible. My friends over at BZB Gear, the camera that I'm actually looking at right now is a 4K AI tracking camera that they sent over.
Wow.
And I said, yeah, I'd love to check it out. I have a whole bunch of videos on my channel about PTZ cameras. They actually took my video today and shared it on their social media platforms. So
Wow.
what does that do? Gives you more exposure, all for creating a video of something I'm going to do. Like this whole studio on this side is all PTZ cameras. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a sixth one around here somewhere. I know it. They're all PTZ cameras. So it just makes sense to say, yeah, I'll work with you guys. I'll check out your camera because I'm already doing it. I already love these types of cameras. So those relationships all came from just let me create some content about stuff I like, and brands seeing it and say, hey, let's work together.
And there's a new one that I saw. It looked like a little camcorder. Oh man,
Mm,
it's like you
the
said, $100 if you
360.
get it. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I've been seeing the videos come out
Oh
on that thing.
man. I got, what is it, gas? Gear
Yeah,
acquisition syndrome.
yeah.
All right. So can you give us some tips on negotiating sponsorship deals for live streams?
Yeah. You want to consider how long it's going to take you to create your content. Whether that's going to be real quick, maybe you're really good with your cell phone, you're going to create quick content on your mobile device, or maybe it's going to be a little bit longer. Maybe you have to do editing and you don't know how to do editing, so you got to outsource that. Maybe you got to do some photography. Maybe you can take some decent pictures, but the brand is looking for higher resolution pictures, and you got to either invest in more equipment or get some training on how to take better pictures. So you really want to think about the cost of creating content and being able to itemize that, whether that's move it into like a Excel spreadsheet so you can kind of track how much it costs you to do a certain thing. I also just think about the deliverables of which platform my content will show up on. So if they want a video for just one platform, or do they want a video for 3 platforms? Do they want me to live stream and talk about their product where I'm talking about it for 40 minutes on a live stream? So there's so many different types of content deliverables that we can give back. We want to think about how much does it cost us for our time, how much it costs us to use our equipment. So I kind of think about I'm renting my equipment to that brand for the amount of time it takes me to create that content. So if it's a YouTube video and it takes me, an hour to record, another 4 or 5 hours to have it edited, have to create a custom thumbnail, I have to upload, excuse me, upload it, create SEO tags, maybe create some shorts out of it. It takes time to do all of that. And so I price it accordingly. What would a video editor charge? What would somebody that does SEO charge for an hour of their time? And then I kind of package it all together in a bundle and send that out. And if you don't know where to start, definitely you'll probably always start with like the in-kind relationship. Hey, can we send you a product or give you access to our service for 12 months or a year? And you do that video, but very quickly you'll find that no, I need to charge for my time and my energy and my efforts. And being able to have community, I'm big on that. And having friends that maybe have created content in the past and been paid for it, reaching out to them and asking them for like where to start out at. Right now, we're seeing a big wave in UGC content creation, UGC. And so you can actually go to some of these websites and they'll tell you up front, we're going to pay X amount of dollars for X deliverables. And so that's a good way to kind of gauge what to charge in the marketplace.
What is UGC? Is that user generated content?
Yeah, user generated content. So you don't even have to have a following per se. You just have to be good at creating content.
Yeah,
So if you're good with these apps and creating short form videos, you've struggled to build your own audience, but you're good at content creation. You can get paid just to create content from these brands.
that's amazing. And the one thing I have about advice of whenever you get an email that says that they tie you to do a video, if not, they won't send you something, or if basically it says honey, it starts with honey. Usually, man, just
Yeah,
read it, but just next. There's
yeah,
some emails that you recognize. They're like, oh god, yeah, no.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Once you start getting one, then they just start coming. That's
Mhm.
what I tell people. I
Oh
say,
man, my
yeah,
email's full. I'm very picky of what I choose, and I'm very Maono is one of the companies that I do collaborate with, and one of the videos that I've got more views from, and that's a great company to collaborate with. So I'm picky with the different companies, but it's it's really amazing that I can actually do that, right? That you can do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
All right, then here's monteweaver.com, right? Is that
yeah,
your all
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I just tried it right now. It's how do you like ice cream? Is it
You
your
screen,
screen?
yeah. So I'm actually working on updating the site. It needs an update and some overhaul. So I haven't given it the attention that it really deserves. So I actually been working on that to add some resources
Yeah,
and actually want to live stream to my own site, create a membership there. That's kind of more centralized, and so I can hang out in one place and not bouncing all over the internet. But I really like it. They've created some really good stuff. Some top creators have used their site and continue to use it. So I like it so far.
just look Monte Weaver, and you'll find two persons: the baseball player and this
Yep.
gentleman right here. So,
Yeah. You've been researching me. Yep. That daggone baseball player keeps popping up.
all right. So, any final advice for the viewers today on how to get paid?
Yeah. Create content like at the end of the day, if when you hit record and you hit upload and you put it out there and you tag the different companies that you're using or that you would like to work with, that's a great way to monetize. When you live stream and you give really good value, people are willing to pay you for that. So you can do your public live streams, but then you can take it and do private live streams. So like I said at the beginning, this conversation could go really long. We could really start to get into some of the technicals of all of this stuff and like how do you actually connect the microphone and make it sound good and like I don't know my sound effect button, so I'm scared to hit any button. But like, how do you do the sound effects and how do you string to this platform and this platform at the same time? And how do you switch your camera angles? Like all of those conversations could be had, but they might be better had in a private paid community where
Yeah,
more time and focus can be dedicated to it. So those of you guys that are creating content, you're live streaming, also think about building community because it's a really good place to get people together and they'll come and they'll pay to be there. Working with brands is great. Promoting products that you love is great. Affiliate marketing is great. There's a lot of different ways to monetize right now. So I'm all about finding what works for you and then just going in deep on it.
might as well, right? And I want to say hi to Evento Live Puerto Rico and Noel del Pilar, also watching from Puerto Rico. I'm from Puerto Rico as well, my friend. So big shout out to you guys. All right, so cool, man. This has been a great and amazing stream as always. Let me put back. I look, you know what? I like this view because we look okay, about the same size. Because I'm all up on the camera, man, and I want something like your studios whenever I'm doing my
it,
Amazon lives,
it,
man.
it's funny because now I was used to sitting close. A lot of us are sitting on
Yeah,
the
I know.
deck, and then being back here, I'm like, oh, I show so much more in my space now. So when I've been
Look at
on
that.
live streams with people, then
It's
I've
amazing.
been trying to like figure out, do I need to zoom this camera in a little bit so I can have that look that I'm used to? But I got to try to show off everything. So
Oh, you good. I'm just shopping right now. I'm window shopping right now with your stuff, which is probably what people do. Just
yeah,
pretty cool.
yeah.
So thank you, Monte. I appreciate you being here, my friend. And you're always welcome to be live. Of course, you're one of our greatest creators, and use the platform as well to make lots of money. I'll say lots, but that's depending on how you feel, how you look at it.
Yeah.
But one more question before we get out. Can you share your experience using Be Live for your live streams?
Yeah, when I was on Amazon, I was trying to figure out a way to make it easy to live stream, and like I literally had started reaching out to companies and saying, "Hey, like I can live stream on Amazon, but I need some help. I need the platform to work a little bit better for me." BeLive was the only platform that responded and said, "Okay, we are going to help cater our platform towards people that live stream on Amazon." And so customer support, hands down, has been the best of any of the live
They're
streaming
amazing. They're
companies I've
amazing.
ever worked with. So I have really loved the fact that they have embraced it and made it easier to live stream on Amazon. The different features that they've incorporated, the feedback. They've been a great supporter of my Facebook community as well as being a platform to use. It's easy to use. It's not a whole bunch. I've used them all, y'all. I've used
Oh
them
yeah,
all.
me too.
Uh, this platform is really easy to use, and so that's what I like, especially for people that are just getting started. If it can be overwhelming, it can seem complicated. There's so many different things that you can do, but when you have it really easy and a place to go, the education support, like hands down, like not only is the platform good, but like I'm big on that customer service part. And when they say, yeah, we'll help the people that are live streaming on Amazon and like really help you guys and not just say it, but actually do it, you can't help but like love to work with them too. So I appreciate Be Live and everything that they've done for me.
We appreciate you, my friend. So, what is your favorite, let's say, your favorite widget so you can use
Ooh,
to host and engage or interact with people?
ooh. I'm I gee,
You got many favorites like me?
it sounds like a default answer, but it's the chat. I
Yeah.
live off the chat and I live off the engagement. I look for questions to answer. That like I look for familiar faces. So when I see someone like Cheryl or Sammy or Grant, like I know my friends are there. And so it makes live streaming a little bit easier. So yeah, it seems like a cop out answer. I know, but like I love the chat feature because it lets me know people are actually here. They could be doing anything, but they're here in real time hanging out with me. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're taking time out of their day to be with you. So that's it does feel like a family. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, so this is it, my friend. Thank you very much for being here with us today. And we need to talk off camera a little bit
Yeah.
about a live stream together. Live an hour away, man. That's nothing in the
Yeah.
United States.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, and you're welcome here anytime, my friend. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, everybody. So thank you very much. This has been Dr. Elo and Monte Weaver, and we'll see you on the next one. It's Dr. Elo out. Peace.